This is how I play the game! Oh my god! What the fuck?
Holy shit! That is an epic fucking intro, dude. And I have to warn everyone. Warning. What you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting. Sound good?
No lie, last night I'm sitting on Twitter, and I see someone tweeting about me, because they're addressing me. It would be one thing if they just talked about me and didn't put me into it, but they do. They directly address me. And he's saying, get this.
Phil, the infamous multi-time masturbator. Wow. That's right. He has masturbated a ridiculous amount of times, at least 3 on stream, and he's done it in front of thousands of children, and he's a horrible human being.
I'm reading this, I'm like, this must be the dumbest person on the planet. Number one, if I had done that, I wouldn't be anywhere. They would have banned me from the internet permanently if this had happened, right? The truth of the matter, again, all these things that people say about me are usually based on a tiny, tiny snippet of truth. In reality, over 2 years ago, right, I accidentally left my webcam on during a pre-stream with no audio, of which there was not even 100 people on the pre-stream, okay? And it was just randomly kind of showing my face every once in a while. It wasn't even just showing me. It was alternating between artwork and stuff, I think, right?
Wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. You're wrong. That's why you gotta be careful, the kind of morons who you watch. I don't know what else to say. Yeah, you definitely want to go to this moron stream where he's gonna say stupid shit about stuff like that he has no idea what he's talking about. Talking out of his colon directly, his rectum face. Saying stupid shit on a stream. Wow, that's who I want to hang out with. Someone who just makes shit up and has no idea what the fuck they're talking about. What a dumb fuck.
And it only showed it for like a minute, and it was only my face, nothing else. So, yeah, if you read what these people actually say, alright, the crazy shit that they say based on a snippet of truth, it's like, so that, a very embarrassing moment for me, obviously. I've only talked about it a million times. I'm not embarrassed to talk about it anymore, because it was in the past, 2 years in the past.
You guys may be living in the future. I'm in the past, baby.
Right? Shit happens. Pretty embarrassing at the time, but I moved on from it, and I've overcome it. I'm still here, right?
No matter what, I find a way. I find a way to survive.
So, 2 years later, this story of, a guy who accidentally left his webcam on with no audio in front of less than 100 people on YouTube, right, during an embarrassing moment, turns into this guy, completely nude, masturbating multiple times in front of thousands of children on the internet, and he still does it, and he's a scumbag.
The salty tears.
It's just like, I read this shit, and I'm like, how the fuck do these people operate on a daily basis? Because the thing is, this is just about me. Can you imagine the stuff they believe? Can you imagine? Right? I mean, this is just nuts. The kind of shit that people believe. It's one thing, alright, if you want to bring up, alright, Phil made a stupid tweet last week, here it is. Fine, you're right, I did. That's something pertinent, that's something I can't dispute, and that's true. But for every one thing that I do bad, right, or one fuck-up that I have, there's 4,000 things that people make up or over-exaggerate and just say ridiculous shit. So why do you think, right, why do you think that so many people who don't actually watch my streams and don't watch my videos on YouTube hate my guts? Because they know nothing about me, because they're actually that gullible. They believe all this dumb shit. And again, if that is the case, can you imagine the stuff they believe in real life? Right? Not just about some guy playing games on the internet. Can you believe what they must believe?
My mouth is full of salt.
If ever you've wondered why the flat earth theory still holds water, now you know why. I mean, holy macaroni, these people, right?
The internet is a very toxic, negative place. People on the internet want to focus on the shortcomings of others because it makes them feel good about themselves, right? Because if there's a guy out there that masturbated multiple times on stream in front of thousands of children, he's in some kind of a crazy exhibitionist, obviously I feel better about myself because I don't do that. And it's like, what? Wow. People are just fucking weird to believe some of the dumbest stuff you've ever heard, right? But it is what it is. Slander is slander. I've been defamed many thousands of times, and I still will in the future. It's not going to go away, you know, and I know that.
But I just want to say thank you to those of you who are here and hang out with me every day and know the real me and know that I'm not some kind of some crazy deviant, right? Some disgusting individual who constantly is doing terrible things, right?
I'm Hitler.
That's the bottom line, is that, you know, it's a fun time. If this was not a fun stream, if I wasn't a guy who you guys found
interesting or entertaining or attractive. What? Oh my god! Oh my god! What was that? What was that? That was the messiest fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire life. What the fuck? In some way, would you be here?
If these things were actually true that people said about me, do you think a single person would be here? Do you think I'd still be allowed on the internet at all? I'd be banned from everything. It's so stupid that people say this stuff. DSP is really cool. Cheered again. And he says, what is your most embarrassing moment next to the accident? That would be it. I mean, no lie. People used to ask me back in the day, what was your most embarrassing moment? I'd be like, I don't really have one. Like, I don't really get embarrassed. Because the bottom line is we're all human and we're all fallible and we all make mistakes and we all have shortcomings, you know? And we do stupid things sometimes and, you know, what can you do? Sometimes it gets caught. Sometimes it doesn't, right? The one most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to me on camera was, you know what, 2 years ago, the accident. Outside of that, I can't really think of anything that, you know, is too embarrassing. You might say, oh, but what about when you were doing those racist jokes? Yeah, of course, in 2010, so 8 years ago, when I was doing a different kind of gameplay style and a different kind of comedy, right? Much more risque I used to do back in the day. It was a different era. Back then, that comedy was funny. People actually found it, you know, funny and interesting and didn't take offense that I was doing comedy bits that were remember I did the top 10 most racist moments back in the day? Would I do that today? Of course I wouldn't. Today's a totally different thing. People are much more sensitive. They are much more, what's the word? Now, I don't want to say that it's a negative thing. I'm just saying that in today's audience is much different. I mean, ask any major comedian. Ask Jerry Seinfeld. Ask Chris Rock. They've all said things about this. That modern audiences are much more sensitive and touchy to your criteria. And back in the day, anything could be joked about and it was fine. Now the things that people used to joke about now have suddenly become taboo because of cultural norms and things kind of changing. So it's kind of the same thing, you know. Yeah, today, I look back on the jokes I made in 2010, and I cringe, and I say, yeah, for today's audiences, that's not good, but back then it was fine and people liked it. You know, my popularity on YouTube was based on me making these off-the-cuff, reactionary comments and jokes that people did not find offensive back then at all. They didn't. They thought they were funny. That's how I got my popularity on YouTube. It wasn't until years later that people decided to twist everything and say, oh, it feels a racist. But wait a minute, when I did those jokes back then, no one was offended. It wasn't until 3, 4, 5 years later, people look back on that and say, oh, see how offensive Phil was? But it wasn't offensive when I did it. Cultural norms changed. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Jay Kramer cheered. He said, any chance you will say real talk? I never heard you say that every other sentence. Please? Well, real talk, there are certain mannerisms that I say all the time. Is one of them. Real talk, I say sometimes, not all the time. Bottom line, I say a lot. The bottom line is, bottom line, that's another one of my mannerisms, right? What other mannerisms do I have? I'm sure you guys know, those of you who are here every single day, you guys remember my no lie, there you go. Kushiakatori says no lie is one of them. That is definitely one of my mannerisms, okay?
I need that money, I really do. I need that money to pay my bills. Some asshole just said snort. Well, no, first of all, not snort. It's called sinus issues from a medical condition I have that cannot be cured. So, if you don't like it, you can leave. The bottom line is, oh, I just said the bottom line. The bottom line is people come here every day and don't complain anymore because they're used to it. They understand it's a medical condition that I can't get rid of. I've always done this in all of my videos for 10 years. And again, back in the day, no one made fun of me for it. It was only until people decided to, you know, be negative dicks that they decided to make this something to try to make fun of. So, 19-year-old girl, don't know, interesting name, 19-year-old girl has cheered. I said, do you remember what you were thinking about when you were doing the act on camera? Oh, man. Oh, it was good. Oh, it was delicious. Oh, splashed, and then it got on my hand. So my hand's like sticky. Oh, that was so good, man. No, I don't. I've said this many times. I have no idea. That's 100% a lie. I know you're lying. Silver-tongued talker, right? Oh, I'm just going to say it one way, and hopefully you'll believe it, even though that's not the truth. And that's literally what's happening here. The guy's a liar. The guy's a fucking blatant liar and lying to everyone. But people are believing it because they don't know any better. No, I don't remember. It was just a one-time, throwaway thing. It's not a big deal.
Shout out to BoreCX who did a 300-bit cheer. He says, I don't know why people always talk about penne.
Oh! Easy to eat. Oh!
Manicotti, Big ZD, Malig, I don't even know how to say that. Lasagna, they're all way better than penne. I think, Bore, you're missing that it's a meme of some negative people. I could explain the meme. It's really stupid. Someone explained it to me a couple weeks ago. I was like, that's really what it means. Wait till you hear this. Hold on. Let me get you up on the leaderboard. Here's the deal. You won't believe it. I swear you won't believe it. If you're not aware of what this meme is, you will be like, what the fuck is this? So, apparently, months ago, someone actually asked me on stream, what kind of pasta do you prefer? And I answered on stream and I said, well, I like shorter pastas. And I was saying things like rotini, rigatoni, and I think in particular I said penne. Oh, penne pasta is great. I prefer penne because it's easier to eat than, say, a long pasta. When you got spaghetti or linguine, you got to slurp it. It gets all over the sauce. You have to rotate it on your spoon or something to eat it properly. And even though it's fun and delicious, it's more messy than, like, just doing short pasta. You use a fork, to eat it easily. So they took that clip and they changed it to a meme. I prefer a penne because it's easy to eat. And they said, well, the reason this is funny is because I guess in Spanish, penne is the word for penis or something. And so basically they made it that I was saying that I prefer penis because it's easy to eat.
All I can taste is the saltiness. They actually took me answering a question matter-of-factly and very honestly and turned it into a stupid meme that makes no sense. Basically, here's a whiny baby. Oh, you're getting salt, 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 salt. Even now, again, my mouth overpowered with salt flavor.
Like, and I heard this meme for months and months on my streams. I'm like, I don't. Then finally someone explained it to me. I was like, that's it? Like, there's no actual intelligent, like, inside meaning behind it. Instead, it's just a stupid play on words. I mean, it's like a 5-year-old would make a joke like that. But then again, that's the intelligence level of the people who make fun of me. So, there you go, right? Oh, shout out to BoreCX, who cheered 100 bits, and he says, hold on a second, because I want to double check. Because I don't think this is correct at all. This is a swear, I believe.
Yep, I was right. It's a racial slur. So nice try, BoreCX, but I'm not a complete idiot, and I'm not going to say that on stream because it is a racial slur, and I'm not stupid. Man, I'm stupid. But you apparently think I'm stupid. It sucks because you're actually a big contributor, and you're trying to get me to say a swear on stream that will get me banned. So now I probably have to ban you from stream chat for being a jerk, unless you apologize and say you won't do it again. I'm just going to ban Burn in Hell Burnell, and now I'm going to burn in hell for the rest of eternity because of it. You can't change who you are, I guess. What pasta do you prefer? I prefer a penne. Oh! Easy to eat. Oh! Phil's a faggot. Phil's fat. Phil's a loser. Phil's a beggar. Phil's a racist. Phil's a scammer. DSP's a pedophile. DSP is a thief. DSP is a greedy fuck.
This guy's a bitch.
I have a micro penis. Alright, I'm not dead, but I swear to God I wish I fucking was.